Um, we're just discussing Jayant Patwardhan sir and myself. This could be a masterclass at various architecture institutes to understand both structures and services for a large span structure. So what we are going to quickly do is we are going to invite both our presenters for a quick open dialogue. If you audience have some questions, we have a mic, we can pass that around. And you can ask questions because I already have a set of things to ask them. So I'll invite Omkar and Ravi to join on stage here. Can we have the lights? Yes, thank you. Yes, you can take that mic, yes. Anybody from the audience? Before that, before you start, I'll just quickly ask both of them one very important question that through the awards also we had felt that, Omkar, this is your first project commercially and it has won 4 awards in 1 year itself. How has that journey been? And deserves a round of applause surely because you do your first project and you get 4 awards in 1 year. How has that journey been? How has it transpired? Because I believe you are a full-time teaching faculty at Brick School of Architecture. So then with that to manage a practice and then win awards as well. Wow.
So is it a coincidence to your speaking at Bricks?
Yeah, it's a coincidence. So the project happened before, then I joined Break. Yeah, before that also I was teaching. But yes, there is of course long way to go ahead. And this being the first project, I did not anticipated this at all when I was doing. Because when I started with a basic first meeting itself, there was a very basic understanding that I have to do and I have to give my best to this project. No matter what, no matter the fees, but the outcome has to be good, and I should be able to convey whatever clients' requirements are there, and with giving a unique approach to the design. So yeah, that was my thought.
But how did it transpire into a project that you thought would? We all are always aspiring to win awards, but did you really think about putting it for awards or making it for an award's sake, or did you just make sure that everything that you do is in the right frame of mind?
No, so I did not given it thought that these many awards and sort of things I'll really submit. And after submission also, it took almost 1.5 years to really do a photo shoot. And that's why I spoke about my nightmares and everything, because it was, I started that the thought process was going to happen. So yeah, but I wanted to document and I just wanted to keep. Even there, until today also, there are many things which I do for only architectural purpose, not for the awards, for the sake of it. That's, I consider that as a byproduct of whatever you do. But you shouldn't really work for only to get awards or some sort of thing.
I'm sure Ravi would agree because he's been winning these awards. I have to ask you now. Thank you, Omkar. You have a long association with the project already. Before even you did the badminton hall, you've been playing the sport as well. Did your personal experiences sort of also guide you towards making the choices in terms of material and structure? Because what generally happens is we see you said the Lords inspired you, the old pavilion inspired you, but both of them are only psychologically represented here. None of it transpired. You have your unique approach towards your design. What is your takeaway in terms of playing the sport? Has it transpired into creating that design? Did you see, like you mentioned, the muscles becoming the structure? What is your personal experiences? Did you always look at your personal experiences becoming one insert in the design?
So very well said, actually, Mahesh. As an architect, it is all about your experiences, your upbringings, your values, which kind of transpire into your design thinking, your design philosophy, and over the years you kind of develop that kind of thinking. I would not say, I must congratulate Omkar for his first project, but it took me several projects to reach here, probably.
Of course. And we've seen your journey at Aesa also. We've seen you winning awards and doing bungalows and other projects. But as a player, when you look at a place, you must have played at different courts as well.
Yes.
Those experiences obviously shaped the design of this.
Definitely, yes. I mean, the technical part of badminton had to be addressed right at the first go. It doesn't matter for a player whether the structure is curved, whether it is rectangular or whether it is triangular.
Precisely why my question is actually.
What matters is how is the air quality? How is the light? Whether the light is not getting into your eyes while or you're blinded. Many a times it so happens that bad lighting can completely blind you off. You won't be able to see the shuttle, spot the shuttle, and that is where, as a player, you feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Now, I missed out to mention one thing. I mentioned that this badminton hall has a 12 meters height. Rather, 12 meters is the bottom of the truss,
Right.
and overall height
Then
is
the
14
crown
meters.
is 14. Yeah.
Now, if some of you must have played badminton, you would realize that as the height increases, the shuttle speed reduces. So if you are playing at PYC or any other place, the experience would be different. And this is so vital for the game to create such kind of infrastructure, because many players don't have this facility of having this 12-meter height. They are unable to. I have spoken to a lot of players who said to me that when we go to some other places and play, maybe Malaysia or Hong Kong, or a lot of tournaments are organized, we just can't perform, because we are not used to playing at venues with such kind of things. So I think as a designer, you carry that responsibility
To add value.
I would be really. I mean, the real success of this project, maybe 4 years, 5 years down, I would want to see a Laksha Sen. I would want to see a Sindhu coming out of Deccan Gymkhana badminton.
Lovely, lovely. Round of applause on that, please. Yes. Actually, when Omkar explained his second slide, how he looked at the wall and then he changed the arch from that opening into an arch, that was a very conscious decision of looking at the shape. And same thing transformed in your presentation, where you looked at 3 options of roof profile and then finally decided to do it. So there was one common thread I found, that how the form also starts making a big impact on the outcome of the design as well. Any audience questions? We would pass on the mic to you. Yes.
Yeah, I have a common question to both of you. I have a lot of questions for Ravi, but I can't ask them now. I'll ask him. I'm more of a friend, so I'll ask him on the phone. So in both cases, one was a restaurant, a culinary experience, as you said, having very specific requirements. And that actually dictates the success of the space. And in the second case, it's a specific sport where the lux level, the ventilation level, the distances, everything is, very, very specific. So, and both are in that light, I would say, public projects where the dynamism of the space is very different. A restaurant can be having a full house and nobody there, and mid-house, and in your case also it steeps up, goes down. So there are buildings which have a very different paradigm of time as per the occupancy and the footfalls and so on. So there are a lot of things to be considered. Also, I'm personally involved in public buildings, so I just wanted to know from both of you. Many times they say, the architect is the captain of the ship. There's a lot of team members who are involved. So how did you lead the teams to come to that common ground of getting the final product done? Because there is a structural consultant, there is an MEP consultant, there's an environmental consultant. In your case, maybe there was a landscape consultant. How do you get them to the same thought process as a team leader? So can you just tell us through that?
I'll give you analogy of cricket, The captain has to perform. Because if the captain doesn't perform, he cannot expect the other team members to play well. So in this particular project, this was an unusual project. It was not a regular RCC brickwork plaster kind of a project. And a lot of structural complexity was there, right from strengthening the existing columns. We had to add a few more columns to support the structure. Initially, we had thought of having complete RCC columns. Then later on, we took a decision because we wanted to reduce the costing and time. So we had to change from RCC columns, because casting a long column would have had its own problems, So we then decided to have these steel columns. So such decisions are needed to be very consciously taken and taking in confidence all the stakeholders. Because it is not that it comes to my whim and fancies that, oh, tomorrow I want this. It cannot happen. You should have a logical justification, reasoning, not only from the design perspective, but from the cost angle also. And the best part, let me tell you, like you said, you made 90 visits to your site. This project happened, the whole construction was for 12 months, approximately. I stay very close to Deccan Gymkhana, pleasure I had. So every morning, I used to go to the site first and then go to the office. So you can count the number of days.
For me, for this project, it was very easier rather to to work with consultants such as electrical and MEP and all, let's say for structural as well, because it was very easy because I was doing it. So from like I mentioned, the fees and everything, and the client was very reluctant on spending that much because it was their first project. I convinced him to have those things, but again, consultants fee, professional consultants fee, that was again an issue for them. So all the electrical drawings and all the coordinated drawings, basically from let's say RCC to let's say architectural drawings. So I was one who was handling. So that was pretty much easy for me to handle. I hope that answers your question.
Maybe one quick question, yes,
Yeah,
please.
first of all, thanks. I'm coming for the first time, and it's a pleasure to see projects like this. Omkar, I think you're lucky that you're able to take the material of your choice, get inspired by the right architect, and execute it for your own project. I think that's brilliant, actually, so congrats to you. My question is more to Ravi, actually, because you had those three, what he mentioned, three forms which we're arriving at, and you, I think, spoke a lot about a lot of points, actually, but did it create anything to do with acoustics, actually, because there's a different form which is coming up. So did it create an impact on that?
So let me tell you, I mean, today afternoon I was talking to Sai, who works with me, and I asked them, I just gave a mock presentation to all of them, and I asked them, what are the questions which come to your mind? Is it about acoustics? So yes, you are the person. We have a plan ready for the acoustics, okay, but then we decided that let us see, because we are anyways using wood, which is a sound absorbing material. It's a composite kind of a roofing structure, so it has rock wool insulation, but yet we would have some kind of what you call resonance of sound, reverberations as well. So you have these linear members which are connecting these two steel columns. So we had thought of hanging curtains, so that the sound gets absorbed and we are able to control it. And hanging curtain, it's very easy because that member is already there. You just need to have those hooks and hang a fabric or sound absorbing material. Yeah.
Would you like to develop yourself into this field of sports to design the buildings, structures, grounds for sports as an architect?
For architect, any project which caters to the needs of the client, one. Secondly, it benefits the society. Any project is dear to me. It's not necessarily it has to be sports. Huh?
It's a totally different line. I admire the way in which you did the study before doing a lot of design, construction and work.
So yes, so I'm really fortunate to have, yes.
So we next know who to go to in Pune for sure. Yes.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, we're cutting short the Q&A because we've already run out of our allotted time for the time-to-time schedule of Aesa events. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Omkar. Round of applause for both of them.